here we are, ready for another little video in the shed. So this week we're going to be sorting out the wiring, so sort out all the electrics, replace all that terrible domestic wire that's been fitted to this bike in the past, get rid of all that, put completely new stuff in. Yeah, so that's the plan for that. I have also now got the correct footrest for this side. This side, you can't see it, can you? The right hand side. So I just need to paint that. That'll be ready to go on. And also I have now got the proper shrouds. Yeah, I sent the other ones back and they've sent replacements. However, I've already cut the other ones, so and they are sort of the original ones, better quality than the modern ones, although the paint could possibly be redone, but yeah, we'll go with them for now and just keep them ones as a spare. Right, so, well, let's get on with it. Well, I think the best thing to do here is just remove everything and start again, although some of the stuff is going to stay, like my ignition system. I don't really need to touch that, I don't think. I think that wire just goes away to the pickup, so I'll disconnect it, but I can actually reuse that part of it, because I want to keep that as a separate thing from the wiring loom, or the rest of the wiring loom, just in case I do decide to go back to the magneto. Yeah, that will just make things a bit easier. This wire here, I took that out of the way because that's the one that's I've already done for the rear light stop lamp. And this switch here I'll retain. I'll just rewire it in, I think. Can I just yeah, I can probably reuse that actually. Yeah, that's just so I can disconnect the battery completely out of the system when I want to, you know, like for winter storage, whatever, just so you don't get any parasitic drain on the battery. And I've also got my charging cable there, so I do want to keep that. Right, let's just see what I can actually disconnect here. Take all these earths off to start with, I think, because we've got these horrible green and yellow wires on there, which, yeah, completely wrong. Some of this I might be able to reuse, actually. I think that's just the wires through the battery. What battery colours have we got? So I've got my diagram here. Red and brown battery. Brown. Yeah, red and brown, so actually we can reuse those. Yep. And that one is just the red and black there is just the one that's in the charging unit, so that's just what it is. I'm going to remove those for now, just to get them out of the way, but we want to retain those. That black one can come out. All these can come off because they're all wrong colours, everything. I'm going to have to cut that off. Where's the cutters gone? because yeah, I was just fitting a diesel heater in stepdaughter's van. Yeah, wiring that in. So that was in the other bag. Right, they all want to come off. And what else goes that way? I want to get rid of this cable here. So that's probably that connector. What else is on there? Let's just remove that yellow. That's a good thing about these old Lucas connectors. They're just so good when you want to disconnect anything, because you can connect both, disconnect both ends. So that big thing comes right out of the way, and you're just left with the little brass ends. I'm thinking I might be able to pull that through there now. That might have to be cut off. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, that one. Hang on. That one. Yeah, we're going to have to redo that. That is actually in this Loom. I thought that was got in the battery, but it's not. Right. Get rid of that. That must be reconnected. Right. That brown. Pull that out. Blue. Pull that out. Yellow green. Pull that out. Yeah, that's the other battery connector. Right, well that is all. That one out of the way. That's those. Ah yeah, these ones I think come from the yellow green there from the generator, from the dynamo. This one, what is that one for? Ah, brake light. Brake light switch, which is probably what, should be another blue one somewhere. Oh, that one. So that's brake light switch, brake light switch. These ones are all from the pickup. Right, so they're the ones I want to keep separate. That's just the HT. So what are these ones here? Ah, they're battery. Red and brune battery. Yep, well, let's reuse that. That we reuse. So basically all I've got to do is run the wires to the front, pick up the wires from the rect, which are these ones here. So that's that. Black, red, that one. I think I'm going to put them in a little sleeve actually. That could do with being bigger really. I'll see if I've got a bigger grommet, and I might drill that hole bigger. Yeah. Right, I'll do that. Alright, so this is the wiring diagram that I'm going to use. May well differ to your bike. This is just one I found, which was for the dynamo, and obviously these are the extra bits for my ignition that I'll put in. So yeah, ignore that if you're using the magneto. Yeah, so the colours may differ, but but basically it's the same sort of layout. Yeah, so what I'll do is run these ones, all those ones there, they go at the dynamo. I'll run these ones here, brown, 2 blacks, and a purple or mauve, whatever you like to call it. Yeah, I'll run those up from here up to the front. I'll do that first. I'll just, what I'll do is put some cable ties just around there just to hang them in. So we'll get all the lengths sorted, and then I'll get them in a heat shrink front to back just to protect them. And yeah, and we can start connecting stuff up. There's an additional wire which isn't on here, which I'm going to run, which is a red, because I don't want to rely on the frame or the chassis as an earth. So I will run an extra red front to back, front to back, back to front. You know what I mean. Right, so I'll get on and do that, and yeah, that's fairly straightforward, so I won't bother video on that. And once that's all in place, and I've got the heat shrink on, I'll come back. Right, start to run these. Actually, you'll see I've got 2 browns. I actually need 2 brown and 1 black, not 2 black and 1 brown. Yeah, this diagram here, I think it's as if you had the, so that's the other black going up there. I think this is if you have the horn here, mounted here somewhere. I've got the horn at the front. Yeah, so I need to run a brown to the front. Yeah, right. Hope that makes sense. Yeah, so just need to run the black in there. I've got the red, 2 browns, purple, so just need the black, and then I can get that all in a heat shrink. Right, there's the main loom. So what I'll do now, I didn't have enough I didn't have enough heat shrink in the end. So what I've done, I've had this piece of this is just like PVC. I think this came from some old bike that I'd stripped down, and I'd kept the PVC tubing for the wiring. So yeah, always keep that sort of stuff, that's always handy. Yeah, so I'll just put I'll just close the ends off with some heat shrink. Right, so what I'll do now is put this back in. If I don't remember which way around it went, and cut the wires to length and put all my little connectors on, both ends probably. Yeah, probably both ends, and yeah, then we start connecting stuff up. Right, at the front, I've just got ones on the ends that need them on the ends. Run back into here, and again, ones that need it. I've got them on. That one just needs an eyelet. These all just got to be connected up. These I've just got to cut these to length and put bullet connectors on them from the rear light there. Yeah, they're the little connectors. I think I have shown how I do them before, but basically, if I can get one, got a loose one here somewhere. An old one by the looks of it. Yeah, one that's been cut off. Yeah, so basically it's got a hole in a bit of wood. Pop that in. Soldering iron's off, so it's cold. Get the soldering iron on the end there. It's a bit easier when there's nothing in the end. yeah, get that in the end there, just heat it up, and then as I heat it up, just feed in some proper lead solder. Just feed it in, keep the heat on it until last minute, and then push the wire in and just hold it there while it cools. Yeah, that's basically it. So I'll have to remove my setup, well, apart from the vise, to around here now, just to get these ones done, and then we'll start connecting up. Okay, here we are. It is a little bit crowded because I obviously have got a few more wires than you would normally have, simply because I want to run earth wires for everything. So that's what a lot of these are, and I've also got the coil in here, so I've got the ignition wires. This white one is ignition wire, green, there's a black somewhere, and also I've got this switch so I can isolate the battery, and the fuse for the ignition. Yeah, so basically they're the two browns I ran, teed in to brown to the battery and brake switch, which I might replace that for a better one. If I do, I'll redo these wires because they're not very good wires on this brake switch. Yeah, so the yellow and green, they're all from the generator. That is back from the amp meter, or will be once that's connected. What else we got in here? And all the reds are basically positive earth, apart from this one, which is the fuse. Yeah, like I say, ignition, coil wires. Yeah, so I think what I'll probably do is put everything up into there out of the way, have another little tidy up. But yeah, it's just so you can see all the connectors, really. Quite a lot. Yeah, so that's all that end done. I did, oh yeah, and I've got my plug-in for my charger as well. So I did actually extend one of those through, so I just got another wire there. So I've got extra battery wires, so I'll have two negatives, two positives on the battery. Yeah, so I've just got to do some more of these ring ends, ring terminals. Yeah, but that's basically that end completed. Right, I start doing this front end. I've already put the bullet connectors on there. Put my ring connectors on these two, purple and brown, the ammeter, and also made up this little link that's got to go from the ammeter across to the switch, which will be coming in this side. So I think I'll get all the ammeter connections done, put the switch in. Well, actually I might wire the switch out and then put it in. Yeah, might just make it easier to do the terminations. Yeah, and then we'll go from there. So what do we want? Brown was on this side. Let's see, let's bring that. That's going to come around there somewhere. Tuck that up there out of the way. So that we can sort of bring that round the back there somewhere. Right, I'll tighten that up in a minute. So this one wants the two purple or mauve, whatever you like to call it. It'll be even more fiddly. That I also want to bring that around the top. What was I saying? Oh yeah, these are a little bit on the large size, but that's all I had. That's that. And a nut. Right. Also wants to come up sort of round there. That one needs to go back across to the switch. Yeah, I think I'll leave that loose for now because I've got to work out how I want to do that one. And that way, yeah, actually that might be better. Right, that's got to go on the switch. So has the black of the speedo light. And what else we got to have? Speedo light black, black to the horn, to the horn, black, oh no, black to the rear light, black to the rear light. Oh, and a red black, which I haven't got, so I'll have to come up with something suitable for that, which just feeds the pilot light. Have we got a pilot light? Oh yeah. The colours on the pilot light are brown and blue, so yeah. Right. Okay, so I'll get the I'll poke these wires through, connect up that switch, and yeah, we'll have a little look. So that's the back of the switch. We have got a screw missing in number 1, but we don't need that anyway. Got nothing connected in number 1. We just need 2, 3, 4 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5? Or is that 5? Can't see. But at any rate, we'll work it out. Need the magnifying glass. I think that is a 5 there. Yeah, looks like it. So that's number 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Which you're going to have to find another little eyelet for. Right, let's get these pushed through. That's the switch wired in. I didn't have any black red, but there was some black white, so that's different to every other wiring colour that's on this bike, so that should be obvious what that is. Yeah, so that's all there is on there. So that now needs to go in there. That will only go in one way. There's a couple of little cut it outs there, a couple of tangs on here, which you can't see, a couple of tangs on here, so that just has to line up with those. No. Yeah, can I get that in there now with those on? I bet I can't, can I? No, because that is in the way. Yeah. Bugger. Right, I'll loosen that one off, swing them round a bit, and that'll go in. Right, that's where we are so far. And the wired in, switch wired in. Getting that clip on the back of that switch was a pain in the neck. In the end, I had to take the cowl off to because you just can't see what you're doing. You know, I was trying to hold the torch and a pair of pliers and a screwdriver and a camera all at the same time. It didn't work. Right. Right, I think what I need to do now is get the handlebars on to see if I can reuse this wiring, although I'm not too sure. Can't remember what that purple was for. Oh, horn. Yeah. Right, yeah, so I don't know if that's going to be the right length or anything. Yeah, and also this has got different connectors on. It's not got bullet connectors on, so yeah, got to work out what I need to do there, how long these need to be. Yeah, so I think the best thing is just get the handlebars on, and yeah, got a better idea of where things are going to go then. So all my positive earths have got to be wired in. Well, there's one on the back of the headlamp unit in the, yeah, so I'll pick up so I'll probably have to do a little connector block. The only thing is with this is really cheap, nasty wiring. That won't even take any solder, so I might have to put a crimp on there and connect that to a piece of wire which has got a bullet on the end, which is going to look a bit untidy, but there we are. I think that's the only way I'm going to do it. This is just really nasty wiring. I think it's probably copper covered aluminium, I'm going to guess. A bit cheap and nasty, horrible stuff. One way to test is to get a lighter on there and see if it just all fizzes up and disappears, and then you'll know. But don't really want to destroy the wire that is there. Yeah, so coming along. Okay, progress. Switch is on. I did actually rewire that in the end. Wasn't happy with the colours. Right, so now alright, as per my diagram, I've got a blue, and the blue going to the dip switch, two blacks coming back. Obviously one is high, one is low. There's the two blacks. There's the end of that cable that comes from the switch up there. So what blacks which I need to connect. So the brown, I've used the brown as the rest of the horn circuit is in brown. So there's the feed coming up from the power on this one, going down to the horn on that one, back from the horn on this one. So I just need to connect those two together for the horn circuit. Yeah, and basically everything else, apart from that one I'm not sure about, will need to come through. Well, actually I'll have to extend that, won't I? Yeah, that's what I've got to do. Yeah, so yeah, everything else will need to come through to the headlamp shell, so I can then get that in place, and we'll do the rest of the connections. Right, nearly done. So what we got here is main light, dip and main. I had to put this junction in here to get these get enough capacity for all my positive earths, and this one here is the pilot. Yeah, did have to use some crimp connectors in the end. Well, didn't have to, could have changed all this side as well, but you know, there's not much point, is there really? Right, so all I've got to do now is get all those on the headlamp shell, get that in there, and then try and tidy it all up around the back here. yeah, that ain't too bad. Yeah, so we're nearly done. Once that is, once I've got the headlight in, or I could just put the bulb in. No, I have to put the headlight on, don't I? Headlight, yeah. Yeah, one of them pre-focus, whatever they are. Yeah, and then connect the battery up and see if it all works. Speedo cable is attached, runs through there. Just put that grommet back in and just cut the middle bit out so we've got a bit more room, and attached all this lot. So I'm hoping that will all go in there somehow. Possibly could even get some more of that cable in there. We'll just where's the thing? In there. But we'll just see how this works first. Test everything out. So I have got a battery box, battery case, PU7D, which I didn't have one before. Battery was just sort of cable tied in. Yeah, that wasn't very good. So. Oh, it smells a bit weird. Genuine rubber. Right. Now it's going to have to sit in there. And will it go? Push these wires back a bit. Oh, it's a bit tight. And that way. Yeah, I've got the strap bit as well to go in. Battery. Yeah, don't know which way it go. Yeah, I did have to get the slightly bigger one. Right, I'll get all these connected. Probably easier to do it out of there. All connected. Right, let's give it a go. It should be on. Well, we've got pilot. Got no dip or main beam for some reason. We've got a horn. Am I switched on? Was that on? Oh yeah, that just fixed the ignition, doesn't it? Nothing else. Right, have we got anything on here? Nope. Is the ammeter doing anything? Right, I think that is back to front. Because when we've got the pilot on, that's going up. Right, so they need swapping over. Or is it? So the switch is a bit dodgy. Yeah, this switch is a bit dodgy. I might have to get a new switch. Which means fiddling around with that spring clip again. Have we got... Oh, there is. Yeah. We have got that light. Have we got a rear light? We've got rear light. Brake light, I haven't connected the thing to the pedal yet, but we can test the... Yeah, we've got brake light, rear light, no headlight. And that switch is definitely a bit... This one is a bit dodgy, yeah. I'm going to have another look at that and see why we've got no main beam. Right, backlight, you can see that on. Got the meter just on the positive earth connection on the back of the bulb holder. On. Nothing until we jiggle that switch around, and then we're sort of getting, yeah, I think this switch might be, hang on, went on properly. Yeah, that switch is playing up. That one's working. Yeah, it's this. Might have to get a new one of them, or take it to bits and clean it at least. Anyway, yeah. Doesn't explain why the battery wasn't come on, unless the bulb has gone. Why the battery wasn't coming on? Why the bulb? Let's try it now. Which one do we have? That one we've got some power on. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's working. That's this switch up here. It's well dodgy. Yeah. Got to jiggle that switcher up. That's not quite making contact properly. Right. Gonna have to take that off again. Right, so in the high or headlight position, put a, well, I hear this beep one, I don't know. Right, so you can hear that. Yeah, that is just in a certain position, losing contact. Is that just dirty, or is there something more? Right, how does this thing come apart? Oh, let's find out. Can you take that off? Or is that centre bit just held in with this here? Little spring piece, I guess. That piece. Yeah, I think that pushes through. ball or contact in there. It's probably going to ping out like that. Right, so I'll try cleaning all these up. Funnily enough, that one is probably the cleanest one. Number 2, yeah. Right, so we'll have a little clean up and see what happens. Still goes off a little bit when you press it, but it comes back. It's probably just pushing that off that contact there. Yeah, not brilliant, but better than it was. Well, let's just see. Side light, you probably can't see that, but yeah, that is on. Main beam, still a little bit of a flicker there, but nothing like it was. And dip. Still got the tile. Yeah, still got that speedo light, and yep, our meter is working correctly now. Yeah, actually that brake switch isn't very good. I think I will just change that while I'm about it. But yeah, I think we're there with the electrics. Just need to do this battery box now, sort that out, and yeah, get the clamp here somewhere as well. Yeah, got all the bits in there, all the bits in there. Right, I'll do that, and then that'll be it. Well, it for the electrics. I think I'll probably get the rest of the controls on the handlebars. Tank has got to go back on, or a tank, I'm not sure which one yet. Probably will just try the original tank first, see how that goes. And I'll see the seat, which I haven't got the seat foam for that. Yes, after 3 days of non-delivery, they eventually found me on the 4th day. Yeah, after I sent in 3 emails of complaint. Yeah, not very good. Right, so I'll get this done and yeah, can move on to something else. Also got to get the silencer on and the this other foot peg on the right hand side. Got to get that done. Yeah, so a few little odd jobs. That's in. I wouldn't say they're all that good. A bit rattly. I think that's about as tight as that will go. I did have to pack some of that foam on top of the space, and the battery didn't quite fill the battery box. Yeah, so tightened this down, and that was sort of trying to collapse the rubber. So yeah, once the seat is on you will see that, but yeah, hopefully that'll be alright. If that does annoy me, might just go back to cable ties. Keep the rubber on there, but just cable ties. Yes, and obviously wires are supposed to come out each side there and there, but yeah, didn't quite make them long enough. Yeah, I think that's it now. Electrics. Yeah, apart from starting it up, which I can't do at the moment, that should be fine.